Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the call. My name is Richard Leong Gabriel. I'll be sharing with you the opportunity this evening, where I'm calling out from Trinidad and Tobago right now. It's my pleasure to share with you this life-changing company. Quick background about myself so you get to know why it is you're here this evening. There are many people right now in the world, not just in the Caribbean, not just in my home country, Trinidad and Tobago. I've been back in Trinidad and Tobago now for about 4 years, roughly. And what I've seen happen in the country is very disheartening. So we made it our mission, as we are full-time traders for over 8 years, to educate people, enlighten people as to what is legit, what is not, what is a good opportunity, what is not, and help people so that they could think long-term with this high-paying skill set. So this evening, you're going to hear me speak about a lot of different services and education that people have been taking advantage of. And the amount of results we have been having locally here, right now in Trinidad and Tobago, and in the other 6 countries that our organization is growing in, it is overwhelming, guys. So my background, I have worked 14 years. I was working 14 years ago for the Ministry of Energy, right out of university, just like everyone. Go to school, get a great graduate, get a job. I did that. Right after university, I worked for the Ministry of Energy, where I used to manage quarries for Trinidad and Tobago, for the Director of Minerals. And I left that job after 2 years. Okay. I was one who people thought was crazy, had a good paying job, but I realized it was just a job. And there's an acronym for job. It just means just over broke, JOB. And I realized that. I had more month than money. And right now it's April 15th. And I know some of you are already looking for that next paycheck. So I could relate to a lot of people who have, gone through the same things like me, thought that, getting a job, going to school, getting a degree, all of that worked. But it's just simply a box that you'll be put in with a value on your forehead. And it can't be all to life, guys. It can't be all. And we are only as good, guys, as our the effort we put in. And the job only pays you as much to keep you employed. Okay. So I want you guys to have an open mind this evening, knowing that you're hearing from someone who has gone through the same system most of you have gone through. Some of you have been like my wife, Melania Kelly. Some of you see her online now. We are not social media people, guys. We are very simple individuals. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I have 2 beautiful kids, and my wife, she's a full-time trader as well with myself. And we enjoy life to the fullest because we don't have to. I would say one of our biggest things was not having to work at 8 to 4 and having a high-paying skill set. But the reason why many people do not get to the level in this high-paying skill set that they would like to is because of the lack of education and the lack of good quality services. So with that being said, we left Trinidad and Tobago when we were like 28, and we lived all over the world because we were mentored by a very top guru, top businessman, and he's out of Houston, Texas. I'll share with you what he looks like on this call as well, Edwin Haynes. And he has helped many people to become 5-6 figure millionaire status earners and learn good skill sets. So it was this gentleman who introduced it to myself just about 16 months ago that I registered with this company because I wanted to be a wonderful customer and just take all of the information and make all the money for myself. I'm being very honest with you all. I didn't want to share this with anyone. And when I saw how good these services were, I did share it with one of my friends in Canada who I went to college with. And I didn't know that during that period of life, Christmas time, he was kind of, had things to do, but he didn't have the extra finances. So he and I have been trading for a while too. And he wanted to know what I was doing and what I was going to get into because a lot of people say, Rich, what you doing? I want to do it. All right. I shun to get involved with any type of scams, guys, and anything that could taint my reputation. I'm very strong on that, and I will never come here tonight and share anything with you that you cannot think long term with. Okay, I believe in skill sets, and I believe in every human being that once they learn and apply themselves, they can attain whatever level of success that they choose to. It's just that some of us are operating in a different vehicle. For example, this vehicle, I will call this vehicle a Bugatti or a Formula One car. Meanwhile, some people might be in a vehicle like a Mercedes Benz. Some people might be in a Toyota. And some people might be in a B14. Not knocking any cars, but as you can see, what I'm just trying to say is that we all have different vehicles that we use to generate income. And it doesn't matter how hard you press the gas, that vehicle will only deliver that certain RPM, and you could only get so far. Okay? So I want you to understand what you're seeing this evening, guys. It is an incredible company, but it's not going to change your life. Let me see this again. It's an incredible company, but it's not going to change your life unless you, the driver of the vehicle, gain the skill sets to maneuver this Formula One super company. Okay? So I know and I've seen firsthand lives change from the education when people apply themselves to now they have some people have left their jobs, and I'll share with you some of our monthly success stories right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Some people are making some crazy income from the education, and it didn't take them 4 years, guys. Like how I took my degree 4 years with no guarantee for a job, but I still put in 4 years hoping that I could get a job. I didn't get a job though from my degree. I got a job from who knew me, just to be quite honest, right? And so I'm happy. I'm happy that I could be here to share this opportunity with you all. And me being a trader for over 8 years, I will help you distinguish what is legit, what is not. Okay, because I know some of you have been burnt. There's a big elephant in the room, and I will address it. Because some of you would like to know, okay, is this one of those things? No, it's not, guys. I haven't even started yet, and you're thinking already it's one of those things. That is why most people fail. They prejudge, they lack the patience to see the information. But I'm going to do my best within the next 30 to 40 minutes to explain to you what it is we have access to here and how you could benefit and change your life. Awesome. Let's go. So Iconic is the name of the company. And we have a disclaimer that we make no guarantees. First and foremost, anyone who's giving you a guarantee when it comes to this industry, run from them, guys. Anyone who's telling you 2%, 5%, 10%, 20% returns a month, run from them. No one can give you that kind of guarantee when it comes to this industry because it is not that type of industry. Many people do not understand this. And that is where the get rich quick mindset comes in, because people always want a guarantee. We live in a society that needs guarantees. Okay. So I'm going to give you one guarantee today. If I could tell you that in the next 12 months, if so long, if you sit down and apply yourself the same way you would have gone to school, just like my 6-year-old daughter goes to school, she has to take her time to learn English, maths, religion, science, all those subjects. Okay, all of those things. She has to give herself time to learn those things. And any day she comes and says, Dad, can I go get a job now? There's no way she could go when she's just in second year to get a job. But most people today, they want to get in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. How much money can I make? And they're chasing the money instead of the knowledge. That is the kind of culture that has people broke and has people struggling in life because they're always checking how much money can I make instead of how much can I learn. So what I have done and what we do with our community, we help retrain the mindset. We unshackle those bondage mentalities, looking for the get rich quick things to help people understand that the education is what will free you. So you're going to hear me talk about this high paying skill set today. And I do not know how long it will take you guys. Everyone has a different learning curve, but I know everyone can learn. Some people learn differently. Some people can learn online. Right now, you could do your degree online. Right now, some people are doing Coursera courses and all those types of things to go back to get a higher paying salary or whatever it might be. So you can learn. Some people need in-person help. So we facilitate an environment, ladies and gentlemen, that will help people and meet you where you are at. So this company has made a very strong online presence in 181 countries, but it's only in right now in Trinidad and Tobago, where I am currently, just about 16, 17 months now. Okay. So let me share with you how the world has evolved quickly. How many of us heard of, well, not Uber, but locally here, there's something called rideshare. I think TT Rideshare. I think that's the name of it. I'm butchering it, but I'm not familiar with all of the things that have been developing here in Trinidad and Tobago. But I heard of TT Rideshare. And guess what, guys? That business model, the owner of TT Rideshare doesn't own anyone's cars. The world today is evolving, and some people are still in the traditional business mindset, and they don't understand that if you are in business for more than 5 years and you haven't made $1 million yet, something is wrong. The way the world is evolving so quickly, all of those companies there, Amazon is not a products company, you know. Amazon is a software company, but people don't know that. Uber, software company as well, not a car company. They design the software, they don't own a single car, but they make huge amounts of revenue. TT Rideshare is a duplicate of Uber. So it doesn't matter, guys, if you say, I heard this before, I saw this before. Money is not made from only innovation, it is made from duplication. Remember that, guys. However, there are different levels of duplication. Can we agree that there's not one type of cell phone today? They had the BlackBerry, they had the Sony Ericsson, they had the Me Too, they have Apple iPhones now, and now they have Samsung. Can we agree that Apple upgrades every year, every single year? So that means there's always another level of betterment, and you don't need to be the first person to invent the cell phone to make money from it. You understand what I'm saying? So I want you to understand that this company is the evolution. It is the next wave. It is the 2.0, the best that I've seen that can deliver some incredible education to people to get to the next level. Okay? It is not the first, but they're the best to the market. You don't have to be the first to the market, but you can be the best to the market. So if you're not online right now and you don't have an online type of skill set, you are setting yourself back light years as we move into the future. The world is moving so much faster that what we're about to do is empower people so much. You see the name of the company, Iconic, IQ. We're increasing people's IQ so that they now can empower themselves to make money from their home, just like we do right now. Okay? The gentleman on the left of your screen, Edwin Haynes, that's my personal coach for 14 years now, my wife and I. And phenomenal, very transparent, very humble gentleman. But the credentials that he carries, guys, he takes companies to billion-dollar status. That's why they brought him on board as the president. And it was because of him I am here today, because of the credibility I know this gentleman has. I don't get involved in anything just like that. And I would never be back out into the world. No one would have ever known who Richie Rich is if this gentleman didn't share this with me. I would have still been home, trading by myself. No one knows who I am, living my life. But the fact that we're going to do something incredible and disrupt the world in a good way, these three gentlemen made it their duty to come out and find other credible people that want to change lives. So this evening, it's all about you, ladies and gentlemen. You see the company in the bottom left here called Inc. 5000, INC. For those that want to do research and those who think they need to do research, you can't do more research than Inc. 5000. It is one of the most credible bodies in the United States because this company is registered in the United States. And for 2025, okay, Inc. 5000, what they do, they look at the fastest and most credible, legitimate companies that have grown within the last 3 years. This organization has been number one. Okay, guys, number one in terms of growth, revenue, impact around the world. The company did do an upgrade just recently, which is fine, just like any company that wants to get to the next level. And they brought on board different partnerships and things like that. And now we're here as Iconic. Okay, now the financial markets that I'm going to talk about, this, ladies and gentlemen, you do not need to know anything to get involved in this learning academy. You can come in with zero knowledge, zero, and you could become competent at the end of it. I wish, hear me out, guys, I wish I had access to this type of education 8 years ago when I was starting my journey. I wish they had this in primary school, secondary schools, and universities, but that would be a problem. People will be too empowered, they don't need to work a job. The right education can make a difference. Let me ask you a question. How many of you went to school? And I know most of you might have struggled with some subjects and you would have to go and get lessons. Correct? I struggled in form locally, if I'm talking locally here, in form 2 with mathematics. My teacher wasn't the best teacher. My teacher was smart, had the degree and things like that, but they weren't the best person to impart the knowledge. So it didn't mean I was a bad, failed math student. It just meant that the educator didn't do the best to impart the knowledge to me. We all learn differently. I had to find a math teacher, a very old lady, ageable lady. I think, God rest her soul. She was 69 at that time. And she did wonders for me. She spoke slowly. She took her time with me on a Saturday. I had to pay for those lessons, but she made me pass maths, further maths, additional maths, all maths. I fell in love with maths because she was a good teacher. So sometimes you might be feeling, guys, if you are currently in trading and you're trying and you're not getting success, it is not your fault entirely. Yes, it's your fault too, because you haven't spent years in school learning about this industry. You're trying to do hit and miss. You're trying on your own. You're trying on YouTube. You're trying all over. And you're not in a strong curriculum where you'll be penalized if you do not attend classes. This is the next thing. When we go to school, they used to have something called detention, and they used to flog us back in the day when they had corporal punishment. And that used to keep people straight like a pin. Right? I remember getting so much licks with, they used to roll up these whips, and it had all type of colors. But they abolished corporal punishment now, right? And that, I mean, that used to keep people disciplined. But the average adult today is not disciplined, guys. They're just chasing the last buck. Their learning capacity, they don't want to learn anymore. They want to get quick things. And their attention span is so small because of all the things we have in the world today, from the cell phones, from the social media scrolling, and then they cry, I have no time. So I pity, I sympathize with people. But if you have a big dream and a big goal, and you get the right environment to learn, you will excel out of this world, guys, and make extraordinary amounts of money if you give yourself the time and you put in the work. Okay? So these industries I'm going to talk about here, what this company has done, they have put together services. And this is the difference, guys, between legitimacy and what is not legitimate. Some people get involved in companies where they just bring people and customers in, but there's no real, true product or service. For something to be legitimate, you need to have a real physical product or a digital service. For example, Netflix. Everyone probably has Netflix. You pay your money, you subscribe every month, and you get leisure entertainment, which doesn't bring money back into you. It's just leisure. It just takes from you. Okay? A lot of us are paying for a lot of leisure things that should not be paid for if you're not well off in life as yet. Some of you need to cut all of that out and get real serious and then live for the rest of your life as you want. But there's certain things you'd have to prioritize in your life if you want to get to the next level. So this company, what they have real digital services, real education you're paying for. Okay? Now, we have our own app called Iconic. You can get it on Google Play or the App Store. And one of the things that I like about this industry, guys, we are living in a time that it is so extraordinary. If you are not taking advantage of market shifts and services and the amount of access you have to this type of education I'm going to share with you, you're doing yourself an injustice. Okay? So we have a new service called Swipe to Trade. Some of you would have heard of Tap to Trade and things like that. It is not the first in the market, but we will be the best in the market. Swipe to Trade helps people that are pretty busy, that don't have time to copy and paste a trade, to swipe for the traders to put the trade into your account. Now, here's another thing you need to know, and I hope you're taking notes as well. The people who have been done wrong by some companies, what you need to look out for, guys, and run away from is when people tell you, put money in and we'll give you a return. Buy something or hand over your money to them on their platform where they trade for you, where you have no access. It is not even set up in a regulated broker. The CEO and all of them own the broker or whatever it is. And then you hear they disappear and they go on with your money. It is sad, but it is true. The industry is so new. Many people have not been educated properly about what is legit and what is not. So many people will get caught. And that is okay if you have been scammed. It is okay, guys. It is not okay if you haven't learned your lesson and learned to distinguish what is real and what's not. I don't fault people for getting scammed. I was scammed once too. I lost over 30,000 US. The first time I wanted to get involved in trading and I gave someone my money, they established a big company and they took over 5 million US from us, guys, in the course of a year. My whole organization burnt all my contacts. So I could resonate with people who have been scammed. But I didn't lie down and bury myself. What I did, I said, I need to learn this skill because there is money to make in this skill. And so said, so done. 7 years later, I have the skill. Okay? So it's just a difference how people think. Oh, I got burnt. Nah, I don't want to do that anymore. No. I'm going to learn. There's a difference. It's just the way people think. So I don't get caught up in the stories, I like people who feel forward and understand, learn lessons. So swipe to trade is a very simple technology where the trader will put the trade into your own brokerage account that you set up. Okay, if you don't know how to set up one, we'll help you set up one. Regulated broker where only you have access to your money. And you could accept the trade, it's semi-automated. They will put the trade in for you and they'll manage the trade. Okay, that's an easy way to make money while you're learning. So I want you to understand that you can make money while you're learning if you choose to. Some people don't even care about the swipe to trade, they just want to learn how to trade, period. And you would get the best of the best access to an academy. Okay, I remember there was a company once that I was a part of. There was a good company. Okay, it was in Trinidad and Tobago at a point in time. And it was a good company, guys. They didn't rob anyone. They had education, so they were a legit company. But on all companies, rise and fall on leadership. So the CEO had some issues and chalala, end of story. But I continued trading even after that introduction to trading. I didn't stop. I didn't blame the company or anything. They didn't rob me. I took every single class. I made friends with all the educators. I was a student first. And then I shared after. Okay, so it wasn't about telling everybody to join. No. It was about me learning and empowering myself. And if you do the same, guys, you could get ahead in life. So we have our own app called Solex as well. So we have Iconic app and Solex app. Okay, you can get both in the App Store. Okay, you think Apple and Google are credible entities? All right. Now, we also have a Manara artificial intelligence scanner. And this scanner achieves up to 85% effectiveness. But one thing, guys, when this tool scans the market for you 24/7, it will push out trades to you. But we have an educator, his name is Ralph, who teaches you how to, put you through a bootcamp as well, how to maximize using this tool. So it is a tool. Just like a gardener will have different tools to use to get the job done, this is a tool that you have to learn to use that can make you even more profitable. It's just one of them. But let's get down to the real nice part of this presentation. One of the biggest reasons why we're expanding so quickly, and you are on this call today, you would see people being very excited who shared with you the link to this call. And they may not be doing the presentation, as you can see. But I will let you know, guys, firsthand, you're in the right place at the right time with the right people, with the right environment to make the right money to change your life. Right? Stock options is a game changer. Many people do not know about stock options. Do not confuse this with stocks. Everybody wants to get involved in stocks, but little do they know. Everybody wants to buy a stock, but little do they know. Stock options is where you make money when the market collapses, like with Trump and the tariffs. We made a lot of money and our community. And when the market goes up, we even make more money too. When you buy a stock, guys, you only make money when the market goes up. Stock options is different. It is the only regulated trading space right now that you could participate in where your banks will engage with you. For example, right now in Trinidad and Tobago, we have people right now who have registered a US account, like with RBC, for example. You can walk into RBC, open up a local bank account, 2 forms of ID. You don't even need a job letter and a utility bill. For those of you in Trinidad and Tobago on this call, I know we might have people outside of Trinidad and Tobago. Sorry about that. But you open a US account and you set up a broker, because to trade stock options, you need a broker called Charles Schwab's. In some other countries, you might use Interactive Broker. So you're using a highly regulated, established entity in the world to be able to do legitimized trading. Okay? This is in your name. This is how things are done. Properly above board. Not handing people their money. No. So you will set up your broker with Charles Schwab's. You can transfer your money to your broker, and your profits you could transfer it back to your bank here. As well as, I have many people messaging me today showing me how they got their debit cards, their Visa debit cards, so that they can spend their profits they made from trading. Now, a lot of people are excited to trade. A lot of people say, wow, I can't believe I'm in this. But slow down. You have to slow down to speed up. And this goes for people who think they can trade as well. Maybe you have been trading Forex for a while. Maybe you haven't been profitable. Okay? Maybe you're still working a job and trading. So you're not that profitable. Okay? You need to slow down and get the right information and then speed back up. So when you get started with our community, We will take you through the course and we'll show you what has worked and why some people have left their jobs, why some people are making 100, 500, 1,000 US a week. And they're doing it profitably and they have good risk to reward. Now, stock options, why this one I'm putting everybody into to become a competent trader? Because no one can take a skill set from you at the end of the day, guys. Yes, we have copy and paste trading. Yes, we have swipe to trade. All those services you get access to. But at the end of the day, I like to think long term. Let's say, God forbid, Iconic is not around anymore. I want to make sure people are so empowered that you could go and watch the chart and you could say, wow, I could place a trade. I know what to do. That is our ultimate objective in the next 3 to 5 years, to help over 50,000 people to get empowered, to learn this high-paying skill set, to add some value to people. End of story. That is why you're here today on this call, to see what we could do for you, not what you could do for us. We're already inside. So you could come from a beginner standpoint or intermediate trader or even an advanced trader, and you will still learn from this person, Jessica Ramos. That's her name. She lives in Florida. It is $300 US per hour, ladies and gentlemen, for private lessons from her. She's a world-renowned stock options educator, and she's someone that we have exclusive access to, and you don't have to pay $300 US per hour. That is the nice part. She has the credentials of creating every single year 6 and 7 figure income earners from a beginner level, guys. Someone jump up and down right now and say, oh my goodness, I cannot believe I'm getting access to this. And not for $300 US an hour. So all it takes, guys, is by the sweat of your brow, will you reap. You need to put in the work with the right vehicles to gain new skill sets if you need extra money. So there's a sacrifice you will have to make. And that sacrifice, guys, is this. Everything costs something. Nothing out here is for free. So we don't guarantee anyone anything, but I could guarantee you one thing. If you put in the work, you could be like one of our success stories. It is $200 US. This is the Elite Pro pack that many people buy. This is the main package that we buy, Elite Pro. $200 US. This is quoted in US dollars for the first month. Okay. And then it's $149 every month after. So you could keep access to your education. So you could change your life. Now, it is not compulsory you stay active for 20 years. If you see fit that you have become profitable after 9 months, 12 months, 24 months, however long it takes you, this is all about you. Put in the work, get your education, take everything you could take out of the services to better yourself, put your money to add value to you, and make it work, guys. As you could see, everything I covered there, from swipe to trade, from the AI scanning tool, from a whole academy, from stock options classes live to learn, to be competent. And hear this next thing. We have people who have learned how to trade the stock options market, but the strategy, this is for those who want to still trade Forex and crypto, the strategy you would learn from this lady, Jessica Ramos, it is very simple and it can be applied to all markets. So you're going to learn the language of money. You're going to learn how to read, write, talk, everything, charts. That is what we want for people. Even if you don't want to learn, guys, you have swipe to trade. You can do that to make money. And we also have a service called Plutus, which people are making a ton of money from, which is a copy and paste trading service. But it does require some type of risk management, even with copy and paste trading. She does like over 10,000 pips every month, sometimes weekly. Okay. And her trading style is a higher time frame trading style. So some things I'm talking about here might be jargons you do not understand, but you can learn, guys. It's not hard. It's not going to take you years, light years. So let me just share with you very quickly some of these success stories. I know I have it here. We have our WhatsApp group. We have our WhatsApp groups that we have stock option assignments. People submit their assignments, right? We help them with that. We are a very supportive community. And then we have right here, this is one of our success stories for the month. This is Kizzy. Kizzy came from working a permanent job, guys, for 12 years. And she was able to resign from her job after a 12-year permanent job to do this full time because of stock options, and binary options. So she learned, she was just looking. She was tired of the corporate, living in the dark, coming home in the dark. Her story is such a testament for so many people right now who are benefiting from this. She helped one of her friends. One of her friends got upset with her because she took so long to tell the friend what she was doing. But now her friend's husband, who has been scammed a lot, but still had a burning desire to win. He went into the bootcamp with us, the academy with stock options. And after the bootcamp finished within 90 days, before the bootcamp finished, he started trading live. His first trade he lost, he said. But after that, he made it back. And the same weekend, in a week, he can make hundreds of US because now he has the skill set. So you're literally giving yourself options in life, guys. This call is about options. That's where the word opportunity comes from. Instead of having one way to make money, you need to elevate with these things. So every month we have success stories. Another one I'll share with you is Shakila, right? And we have many more, guys. We just are backed up. We need to get the newsletters out. But so maybe your face might be here too, right? If you choose to, it doesn't have to be, okay? We have privacy policies. If you don't want it, that's fine, okay? Shakila is a stay-at-home mom. And yes, she was scammed too as well. But you only get scammed, guys, if you're seeking. I would say that. So congratulations on getting scammed. That means you're seeking, and those who seek will find. Knock, it'll be opened. Ask, everything, right? So she was able to do just over 16,000 TT dollars in 2 months of plugging into the system. And she has learned the skill set, and she's still learning the skill set to doing it in stock options and things like that. But she's also helping a lot of people in the business get to their dreams and goals as well. So those were just 2 of the testimonials we have, and there are many more, guys. I could probably share mine, but that would be too outrageous. Some people will be like, well, that's you. So I don't like to share mine that much, but I'll share my wife's. So my wife, she always wanted to upgrade again to get her Benz. And with trading, it was able to take her to the next level, where she was able to go and buy her hybrid Benz, which has to come out of the mechanic because we don't know anything about these high-end cars. And we ended up doing something to the engine. But thank God it's electric too, right? But those are good problems to have. Right? And then this lady here, Jessica Ramos, I met her in Dubai last year, November. This is our stock options expert educator. Really, really serious educator. No BS. She's very straightforward. She doesn't like skylarkers, and she loves her community, and she loves people to succeed. So the educational resources you will get access to are online, so that if you have a very busy schedule, you will still be able to go and learn at your own pace. So yes, it's recorded. If you miss live sessions, they're all recorded. The whole bootcamp is recorded that you missed because people's life changed already from since February to now, You are seeing this late. So catch up, guys. All right. We also have me, where I used to work in the quarries 14 years ago. Thank God I don't have to do that ever again in life. Okay. But this is going to help you not have to go the long way. You just have to apply yourself, guys. Okay. So I'm pleading with people, see the education for what it is. Forget what happened to you in life. Go after the education. We have the community. We even have in-person sessions right here in Trinidad and Tobago on Saturdays, where we come out for 3 hours to help people. Right? People work with their laptops, their phones, You will get the community aspect. Now, if you choose to take this seriously, you could buy a whole year annual subscription and pay for it upfront. I know some companies charge $1,500 for the first month. First month alone, just to get started, is $1,500, and you could get a whole year access to put your head down and focus and learn, guys. That's a no-brainer. Okay, so the next part I'll wrap up with on this call, I appreciate you for still being on, is the business side of the call in terms of the subscription model. Ladies and gentlemen, here's very seriously, I'm going to educate you here on something and enlighten people. I was the biggest skeptic when it came to doing anything outside of an 8 to 4. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to see it. I was not interested in sales. I was not interested in talking to people, but I was ignorant. I was ignorant because of how I was brought up. Go to school, get a grades, graduate, get a job. That was it. So I could only believe in what I've experienced, and the people of influence in my life are the ones who have imparted that, have downloaded that type of life into my brain. That's why I needed to have my brain washed so that I could open up and get to our next level in life. So I started to realize, someone told me, Rich, you don't like sales, but sales is the highest paying skill set on the planet. He said, how you get your job? And you have to sell yourself. You have to go interview, sell yourself. And if you don't know how to do an interview and do sales, you'll fail. So sales is part of life, but it's a skill set that is people shun away from. And that may be why people are where they are at. Now, subscription models. This is a model that has evolved or has been introduced within the last decade. And everything in the world is subscription. Well, I mean, since you had a job, you have been paying a subscription. Your subscription is your bills, taxi every day, or gas every day. You even have to put out money before your first paycheck. Right? So what you're seeing here is nothing different. It's not a different model from anything that we do from traditional business, from your job, from the church, from any organizational structure. So hear this. I want to help you understand what is the difference as well between Ponzi schemes and legit business pyramid models. The word pyramid is beautiful. People don't understand what a pyramid is, guys. It's not Egypt, guys. You know why Egyptians build the pyramids? It is the strongest structure known to man. Write these things down because you need to not say the wrong things, to not look, like, that person don't know what they're talking about. So I'm helping people. The pyramid model, it is the strongest model everyone uses. If you had to start a business today, let's say you want to sell cars, you are the top guys, you had the idea, you're the CEO, you're the boss, but you're not going to go and do everything, do all the paperwork, do all the clearing, do all the sales. You would now build a structure called a pyramid where you would bring in people that could help you. Let's call it maybe senior management, people who could do things that you have to join partnerships with them, put them in a position where they could handle things for you. And then you might need people who could now do sales and marketing. You hire them as well. That's a next level in the pyramid structure. And then you might start up a car detailing place for all the cars you want to sell. You bring in car wash boys, all those things. It's a structural system. How many of you right now in Trinidad and Tobago, you know where food hall is, right there by the airport? There's a car wash business there. Do you think the owner of the car wash is washing on his knees people's rims? He designed a pyramid business model where he's at the top and he disseminates money based on people's position. Now, there's another thing people say, well, the person who gets in early or at the top makes all the money. Yes, the people at the top make all the money. Show me one organization where people at the bottom make the most money. I will join that. No one makes the most money at the bottom of an organization. So when you hear people speak, guys, it tells you the level of education they're at. And it is okay. We don't judge people. We just help enlighten them more so that they can make better decisions in life. So I'm going to show you a subscription-based model that if you have not been building one for yourself, you are not going to get free, guys. You need to build your own instead of subscribing to everyone else's own. And most of the ones you might subscribe to do not even empower you. They do not even add to you. They are called leisure subscription models most people have. Well, WASA is a necessity, right? But this is a necessity, guys. You need to learn a high-paying skill set. Now, we have a business model that is not compulsory. It is not mandatory that you participate in it. If you just want to use these services and make money and do like Kizzy and leave your job, you're sick and tired of it, you want to learn a high-paying skill set and you don't want to pay the hundreds of thousands of dollars to go and get that next degree or thermometer, whatever it is, right? You could now learn a high-paying skill set from the comfort of your home, carve out your time, prioritize your time, take in the videos, come to the classes. If you can't come to the classes, we have online. Friday, Zoom. Tuesdays as well, Zoom. Okay? But if you want to also do the expansion, this is optional. This is the best business model I have seen. And this is our 21st business model that many people have been making an obscene amount of money from. But I only participate in business models that have a legitimate product or service. I'm saying this again. I'm taking my time with this presentation because I want you to understand that you do not have to participate in it. You can come and make money just from trading. As a matter of fact, let me show you. Right now, my wife and I, we make, from the residual income standpoint, much less than we do in trading. Trading, one of our biggest income months was $26,000. This was last year, end of November. We were in Dubai when we were trading on vacation. And we made 26,000 US dollars just from the services, learning so much more, because we weren't doing this amount in trading before we joined Iconic. We attribute or we give credit to the company because of the education that has been put before us, and we are voracious students, guys. Anything we do, we go all out, especially if it has value. So when you have access to somebody like Jessica Ramos who's teaching you how to get to the next level, she has a 90 to 100% win ratio, and she's teaching you things that I, as an experienced trader, did not even know, guys. And I had to empty my cup to understand and say, hey, I need to learn how to do things to get to myself to the next level. So I had to remove the egos, remove the hastiness, slow down, join the classes with my community, and we all grow together. So that is why we're growing so rapidly now, because people are excited that they're getting value for the money. They can make money from these services, and not only from bringing in new customers. Are you with me? But this is where your life could change as well. For anyone, because there are less than 200 persons in this country where we're now expanding, guys, as customers. It is going to grow this year to way over 1,000. By next year, we'll be hitting 10,000, maybe 100,000 people getting empowered through Iconic. And you have a unique opportunity if you choose to. I'm using that word I'm using it a lot because you don't have to. Don't leave this call thinking you have to bring in people to make money. You could come and trade, learn from the education, and free yourself. But I'm going to show you how much money you can make from the residual income side. Residual income is something that people should have, but they shy away from because of education again. Linear income is never going to cut it. So I have been able, let me show you within the last 12 months. Where's Google? Let's see if I have Google. I will show you something here quickly. Right, back office. So in the last 12 months, residual income earnings, my wife and I very grateful for this small amount of earnings, right? It could be bigger, of 49,000 US dollars from having a community growing in 6 countries, ladies and gentlemen. Our biggest organizations are outside of Trinidad and Tobago, and we don't even know everyone. Let me show you how powerful this model is. This is online. 1, if your business is not online, you're not in business. Number 1. If your business doesn't provide value and people can't make money or see the value, get health benefits or whatever from it, then it's a waste of time. We have both. We are online. We're in one of the most desirable industries in the world where people could stay home and make money from trading. It's a hot search engine right now, a hot topic. So this 49,000 that we made in the last 12 months has just came in residually because it has been growing. We haven't started anything as yet in Trinidad and Tobago because people could make on this compensation plan up to $1 million a month, guys. My coach, I had a coach about 8 years ago when I entered the industry. He used to make $1 million a month from this industry. So I know somebody personally who has been doing it. So I know it's real. But many of you probably don't have acquaintances or haven't met anyone who has done it that well. So that's why you can't believe bigger. You can't, because you haven't experienced it. You don't know anyone. But right now, we have people making 100 US a month, 500 US a month, 1,000 US dollars a month, like Shakila, right? 1,500 US a month. You might see Life with Brittany. She's out there too. She's at 15. She's probably Prodigy 3K right now, 3,000 US dollars a month extra on top of her trading. Right, guys? And many of you on this call will be earning this residual income if you choose to. Our game plan this year is with the expansion and helping people learn how to trade properly, is to help 20 people, 20 become icons. Oh, 20 guys. We ain't looking for 100. 20 people who want to make 12,000 US dollars per month between now and the end of the year. That's what our mission is right now. That just simply means that we're going to impact about 6,000 to 12,000 lives. That's it. Between 6,000 and 12,000 people we are going to empower with the skill sets, with the right education. And then that's not all, guys. We have another service coming that you will get for free. I know some of you like the automated stuff. That's coming too, guys. All of that is coming where that's called lazy money, sleep money. But you have to be in the right circles to get it. Right now, I'm beta testing it, and it's up 24% in 2 weeks, hands free. But you can't get it unless you're inside with us, right? And that will be campaign to the world. The whole world is going to have it as well. So it's just so much value we have here, and it's so early. You could change your life just by locking arms with us and partnering with us. So we are a very down to earth community. We like real people, and we want people who want to change their lives to, to lock arms so we can help them if they want to be helped. But it doesn't matter anyway, guys. Okay, so with that being said, I want to congratulate you all for being on the call. I know some of you are very excited right now. You can't wait to call the person who invited you, because you have seen this before hundreds of thousands of people. You might know people, you might know 100 people you could get involved. But guess what? They're going to get involved and get value. They're not going to just get signed up and think, okay, what do I do now? No, they're going to get great education. They're going to be part of a learning academy, but they could also make residual income. And what you do with this income, guys, and I'll end with this. Let's say you get to 12,000 US dollars a month. No, forget that. Some people can't even believe they can make that. Let's go down lower. 1,000 US dollars extra per month. It's only 36 customers, and you don't have to bring all. This is the next thing. You might come in and you might have people come beneath you that you don't even know, because it's a binary structure, a pyramid, very nice, strong business structure with a real service. And you might only have to bring in 18, but you got spillover from another 18 and you're at $1,000 a month. How crazy is that? 18 people in the whole country, or 36 people in the whole country, and you're making 8,000 TT dollars plus a month extra, separate from your trading. What you could do with this money, guys, you could take half of it, put it in a trading account, and with the knowledge you have acquired, you can now be growing your money. So now you're an investor, you have a skill set like the 1% in the world, and you're a big business builder like the 4% in the world. The top 5%ers in the world, they utilize these two big business models as investors and big business builders, and that's how the rich get richer and stay rich. Okay, not like the 95% who are trading time for money. So get comfortable with the business models, get comfortable with education, get comfortable with high paying skill sets, and you'll see how your life will change. Okay, guys, so I appreciate you all for being on this call, and have a good day tomorrow. Some of you that have work, enjoy your jobs. Don't leave your jobs, guys. I'm not saying you'll leave your job if you come here, but you will have options. Okay, get back to the person who invited you. Let them know what you like best. And last but not least, full disclaimer, again, we make no guarantees. No one takes your money from you. Pure education, pure access to services. And God bless you all. See you.